Right, everyone, welcome to Pulse Media Services. Now, we have it on good authority, a breaking news here that President Trump just announced U.S. strikes against ISIS target in northwest Nigeria. This is in a statement released on Truth Social. Donald Trump said, the United States, under his direction as Commander-in-Chief, conducted a powerful and deadly strikes against ISIS-affiliated group in northwest Nigeria. The full statement reads, tonight at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strikes against ISIS terrorist group who has been targeting and killing innocent Christians at level not seen many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they didn't stop the slaughtering of Christians, they will be held to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed perfect strikes as only the United States is capable of doing. It read further that under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. God bless our military and Merry Christmas rather to all, including the terrorists, to which there will be many more if the slaughter of Christians continues. However, in this statement, someone said that the action was done in conjunction with Nigerian military. Now, Donald Trump has made good his promises, and let us not forget that there was a news which a lot of people see perceive as a rumor that there was a U.S. Military helicopter um, conducting an area surveillance to map out areas that are occupied by terrorist group in Nigeria. And with this action, it really shows that that news was genuine and trust United States of America. They don't they react swiftly when the need arises, and they do not joke with whatever statement they put out there. Now, this is a warning to Nigeria as a country because yes, while we believe in sovereignty, we also should consider that there are powerful states in the world that no matter what treaty that have been put out there in terms of sovereign nations and their activities and how countries shouldn't invade their sovereignty, it is very, very important that there are countries that are powerful enough to break such protocol. One of such is United States of America, the biggest Christian country on earth with a population of more than 200 million Christians. Now, it has promised that it will look into the issue of this terrorism attack on Christians, and then the world thought he was playing or he was joking, but of course we have seen an airstrike. So now it is now left for us now to see if this airstrike is going to impact on the war against terrorism. Let us see in few days' time whether the activity of terrorism will reduce. But of course, this is not to undermine Nigeria's sovereignty. The killings of Christians in the Middle Belt has become so embarrassing to the world, and then the world just needs somebody like Donald Trump to stand for Christians at this crucial time. And then it came as a surprise to many that while Christians were going about celebrating Christmas, Donald Trump was busy strategizing with his men. And today, this fulfillment is a lesson to Nigeria, the bombing, rather, the fulfillment of Trump promises and the bombing of some part of northwest Nigeria seen to be occupied by terrorists. It's a warning to Nigeria and to the world that U.S. means business and will not in any way joke with the interest of Christians, though we will not in any way joke with those violating the interest of Christians across the world. Now, what does this mean to Nigeria as a country? I think it's now we need it's a lesson that needs to be learned and then thoroughly and then digest effectively, because Nigerian military has been up and doing for a military that has been fighting terrorism for since 2020 2010 up to now. What do you expect? There has been increase in budgetary allocation to defense, and then we see that in the lineup of Nigeria's war equipment, the military inventories have increased, and then Nigeria is one of the, I think, the third biggest fighting force in Africa. But of course, this terrorism has continued to pull the country down, and then we have this time around US to the rescue. Now, what will happen in few days' time if this terrorism issue does not reduce in Nigeria? Definitely, US will probably put its boot on ground to help Nigeria. Now, this time we do not need Nigerian government to claim sovereignty. We just need this war to end once and for all, because it's really giving us a bad name and bad image globally. Now that Trump has done the needful, let us thank him. That's indeed a good Christmas gift he has given to Nigerians, and we believe the terrorists will learn their lesson. But of course, we cannot predict their action. We don't know if their action may trigger more kidnapping in the country. Now, and I think this is the right time that Nigerian government needs to be more strategic. Now, we all know that the federal government now reopened all schools that were closed because of kidnapping, all unity schools that were closed due to kidnapping. But we do not know whether these terrorists will now regroup and come up with a strategy of um, kidnapping these students so that they will become a soft target against future unitary invasion, future US military invasion of Nigeria. But be that as it may, I think we have to appreciate Trump for uh, dealing decisively on this matter, and then we hope that Nigerian government will learn one or two things in this war against terrorism. In my own opinion, Nigerian government has not been sleeping right from 2010 when this terrorism hit us so badly. Because if you look at our military inventories, they have greatly increased. So it shows the determination of previous administration to combat this menace of terrorism. But of course, with this that the United States have done, we hope that government will still learn one or two lessons as to re-strategize and then work towards ensuring that this menace is totally eradicated. We need U.S. military to be in Nigeria. If possible, we should have a U.S. military base in Nigeria because Nigeria is a strategic partner in of United States of America. Now, let's just not consider the romance of Tinubu with the French president. I think they knew themselves personally before now. But of course, with this with this action of President Bola of the President of the United States of America, I think Nigeria is now should be much more focused on providing the right intelligence to the United States of America, since they have chosen to fight this war for us, especially areas that we don't have equipment, we don't have manpower, we don't have the training. They have the surveillance, they have the surveillance equipment to map up all these terrorist cells across Nigeria, especially northern Nigeria. Let us not forget that they are drifting towards southern Nigeria around Kogi West, Kwara axis. So we need the United States of America to just help. We need to supply these guys with enough data or information so that they can help us quell these guys, and it's going to be the interest of of all of us. But of course, the overall solution to all this is to know the reason why these guys keep regrouping, keep recruiting people into this deadly organization. Of course, whatever the reason may be, that's where we need researchers and scholars to go into the nooks and crannies of northern part of Nigeria to know why we still have these guys, despite the killings by Nigerian military, despite several killings by the Nigerian military, they keep on regrouping, they keep on getting men from their side. Where are they getting these men from? Is it from neighboring Niger? Where are they getting these men from? Despite years of killing these guys, where are they getting? We need to stop whatever funding, whoever is funding them, whatever capacity they have, their supply chain, whatever it is that is making them to grow in numbers day by day as they are being bombed by the military. We need to research on this and then cut that supply chain, then cut that breed so that they no longer have life and then they can do something else. This is Pulse Media. We see you in other development as they unfold.